We want to have more of those in the interim because, rural water, is something that we have to develop in these areas since NWC doesn't go everywhere. But at this stage, I do believe that National Water Commission ought to take the responsibility of ensuring that there is water, potable water in every pipe across Jamaica and certainly serving every single community. And this is one of the reasons we have to have a new member of parliament, someone who cares about the persons, the people, someone who understands how this system works. And the water is just one of the many issues. Agriculture and market for the problem that impacts us. On Sunday, I got nearly 100 calls because many farmers who normally supply a particular buyer, exporter, was told that the plant was closed. And they were given no reason as to why it was closed. There was no explanation coming as to why it was closed. I contacted the owner of the plant and he told me the government would close it for some reason. They needed to inspect it and the inspection was delayed because he was on the island, and as a result of that, the plant was closed. I really don't know if that is the full story, but I do trust that what he's saying is true. Too much bureaucracy, man, as it relates to our exporters. And we sit back and we import billions of dollars worth of food, while our exporters there, having a hard time selling out, the well-needed produce. People overseas want our yam and other produce. So I am worried at this week because that exporter buys from the farmers over 250,000 pounds of yam every single week. He spends over 75 million among those farmers every single week. And as much as yam may last a little while, it is still a perishable crop. So we can't have them sit back waiting. And many of the farmers depend on the sale every single week to send their children to school. So when they don't get that sale, everything stops. Food stop going out and people go to school. You know how it is. So we have to read from hand to mouth.
Yes,
so we can't impact negatively the supply chain.
Understood. So, Comrade Win, you spoke on the water issue. We know the bad roads them in Northeast Manchester, and you just touched on agriculture. As the next member of Parliament, what reassurance can you give those persons up there in Christian and Craighead and Wallaston? How can you reassure them that you have been there with them, you know what they're going through, why they should give you the opportunity to be their representative for Northeast Manchester?
That's not too much of a hard one, because this is the same Valwyn who has been with them, from Wapi Kilfilo. I have the same one who had worked with the schools. I have been chairman of many of the schools here, so I've worked with them in the educational system. I served the Percy Junior Hospital Board. At one stage when we were closing hospitals across Jamaica, we saw Alexandra Hospital close. We saw hospitals down in Trelawney, also Spring close. And they were about to close Percy Junior. I took on the charge of getting a team together. We refurbished the hospital and brought as a type. Today, raise funds from all over corporate Jamaica. And while I was chairman of that hospital, we got an award as the best kept hospital in Jamaica. As a matter of fact, we got an award as the best run state agency. It's the same Valwyn when you had a problem with traffic congestion in Christiana, and they were having a problem establishing a bypass on the eastern side. I gave up land so they could provide that access on the western side. And today we have a nice bypass, so releasing some of the load that we go through Christiana. But as much as we did that, we still had problems with congestion in the town. And today I take over 350 well, not just taxis, private vehicles too, off the road, off the main road, alleviating some of the congestion problem that we have every single day. As it relates to how I impact the farmers. Farmers all across the entire constituency benefit from lands that I allow them to farm without charging them $1. Today, the cow market where they sell goods and pigs and cows from, I am the one who gave that to the farmers. so they can come every single weekend and sell their cows and their pigs and their goats. I continue to work with the people. I look out for everyone in this constituency, whether you're PNP or JLP. When they have problems with the police because the higglers were selling on the street side, I took them from the road and gave them a little place that I could sell from. In addition to that, I deal with people. I meet people every day when dying in need of help. I don't have everything. I don't have all the resources. But the little that I have, I share with my people here in Northeast Manchester. I am with them. I feel their pain. I understand the plight that they are going through. Because we live in the same area. We suffer from the same bad roads, the same lack of water supply. You know, we suffer from the poor assistance that is given to our farmers. When we hear water get about 1,000 bags of fertilizer, I have not met one single farmer in Northeast Manchester who got a single bag out of the 72,000 bags I heard that was donated to the government of Jamaica. You know, I stand resolute to ensuring that our residents of Northeast Manchester get better representation. 32 years of Odisha has not done nothing for us. Apart from that bypass, we can't think of another thing that he has done. You know, we see, well, of course, we see there, we'll be opening a tax office soon, a new tax office facility. We say thanks for that. But then, why you pay taxes when you're not able to make any money? You can't milk a walking cow. So we really need to improve the lives of the people by providing more opportunities for them. The farmers, they make every effort to produce. I think it's a government responsibility to ensure that we can invite persons who are setting up cottage industries, you know, setting up little industries where we can produce, who knows, yam flour, yam chips, something from some of the other products. It's not difficult, it can be done, but you have to provide the resources to help those who have the mindset to do such. You know, we need more opportunities for our youngsters. We need more skill training in the particular area. Christian High School, which has been around for a very long time, is still on the shift system. Many children have to get up early in the morning when it's still dark to come to school, and many of them are leaving in the nights to go home. This has to change. This is untenable. We cannot upset this. Not in this day and age. So you see, we really need a change of governance right here in Northeast Manchester. And no stranger will come in and understand the plight that impacts us. And the people know that. You see, there's a window change taking place. The people are now saying, Mr. Wind, you've been with us for a long time. You've given yourself to us almost entirely. It is time for you to help us. You know, so I am here, and you know, we're doing what we must do to win this election.
Certainly. Just listening to you, Comrade Wint, boy, you sound like a community man. You sound like someone who invested, you believe in your community, and certainly you are a community developer. And we tip our hat to you, and we're just asking the people of Northeast Manchester to give you that support. You have been tested, you have been proven, and the people of Northeast Manchester is not going to sit there and let somebody who they parachute from nowhere come there and just take advantage of them. We saw the rhetoric from your opponent talking about passing Christendom Pitney first. What do you have to say about that sentiment shared by the opponent, the insensitive comment made by your opponent? Because water is an issue. You're not fixing the root of the problem, but you're giving them black tank. How about fixing the root of the problem with, such as giving them the water, and then you can give them the black tank? Giving them the black tank and there's no water, that makes no sense. What's your take on that, Comrade Wint?
You see, some people are in these things for the photo ops and for the quick promises. I am here to give results. My duty as a resident here is to, lobby with the people here. We have to really lobby with them to find what are the real issues impacting their lives. Many of the same issues impact my life, so therefore I can understand them. The fact is, if you talk about Pitney, the entire Northeast Manchester are for me Pitney. So if I am the pastor, the entire constituency of my Pitney. Not a select few, no PNP worker is my Pitney. It's the entire Northeast Manchester belongs to me. So we can understand her because she's trying to adopt the Pitney, but the Pitney are not adopting the Pitney, I'm fully picking them. So we can understand all of that. And not every step parents there, so some step parents give the other Pitney equal share. Because, you know, I can tell you, at one stage in my life, I was a stepchild. And you know what? My mother never made me remain a stepchild. My mother died when I was very young, you know. So she went to the courts and adopted me. And I was treated no different from the other children in the